Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to start earning money online with Amazon KDP. In fact, I'm going to show you one seller who's making over $10,000 this year from just one of these books that you can make in a few hours. Now, the best part about this is a great way for beginners to start their publishing journey because the interior of this book is actually very simple to make, meaning that you don't need any prior experience to be able to create these types of books. So if you're a beginner looking to make an income online and start a side hustle, or you're just trying to find a new niche, well, then this video is for you. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So what are we talking about today? Well, today we're talking about the magic jar coloring book niche, also known as the glass jar coloring book. Now, the very first thing that you want to do when you're publishing on Amazon KDP is your research. And what do I mean by that? Well, finding out if the niche that you want to enter and you want to get into is something that's going to be profitable and something that's going to be worth your time. In other words, this is called niche validation. And on top of that, you're going to want to find the keywords that go into your title, your subtitle, and those back-end keywords that's going to give you the best shot at getting your book on the first page of Amazon so it can be seen and it can be sold. Now here we are on Amazon, and I did a search for magic jar coloring book. And the very first thing that you're gonna see on my screen is this purple bar. And this purple bar is a free extension that I use that helps me with niche research. And it's called Titans Quick View. It comes from Self-Publishing Titans. So if you wanna go ahead and head over to the Chrome Web Store and do a search for Self-Publishing Titans like that, you're gonna come up with these two extensions. Go ahead and install those, and you're going to be able to get the same type of information that I'm seeing on my screen, which is going to help you with things like a niche score. It gives you the total results. So this is the exact results. So as you can see right here on Amazon, it gives you a generalized result. This one says over 1,000 results, but Titans Quick View actually gives you the exact. So this one's 1,217. And then it gives you more information such as how many books are independently published on this first page, the average bestsellers ranks, the reviews, as well as the price. So go ahead and install those so it can help you with your niche research. But the very first thing that I'm going to be looking at are the search results. And right here, it's saying over 1,000 search results. Now, when I'm looking to get into a new niche and I'm trying to validate that niche, I look for three specific things. Number one, I look for search results that have about 1,000 or less, because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high, so that there might be a chance to actually be successful in this niche. Number two, I look for 3 KDP books that all have a BSR or a bestsellers rank of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that there's demand in this niche because these books are already selling. And then number 3, I look for a niche score that's provided by the plugin that I'm using that has a score of 50 and higher. Now, one of the most common issues for KDP publishers when they're first starting out is running into trademark violations. And with this type of coloring book, the magic jar coloring book, so it's really important to make it a habit to do these simple trademark searches for things that you could be violating when it comes to trademark. So you can easily do a trademark search using the uspto.gov website right here. And when you're here, go hover over trademarks and then this application process. Just click right here where it says search our trademark database, and then click this green button where you can search the system, and then just type in the word that you are looking for. So for instance, in our case, it would be magic jars. And let's go ahead and make that search. And we can see here are all the trademarks that come up under that term. And really the only thing that I'm seeing is this first one right here, which the status is already dead and abandoned. And it only covers these products right here, which we are not under. So we should be good with this term. And I don't really see anything else here that says magic jars. I know this is just the first page, it's over 9,000 results, but this is giving me the most relevant search results right here. But always remember just to make it a habit to do these simple searches for trademarks so that you don't have to deal with the headache when it comes to accidentally violating some of these trademarks that you didn't know existed. Now back here on Amazon, we're seeing over 1,000 search results. So if you remember from my first requirement, about 1,000 results or less, it's actually 1,217, but I say that is okay. So that satisfies the first step. Now let's go look through the first page of this search term to see if there's 3 KDP books that all have a BSR rank of 300,000 and below. And the first book that we're going to see right here, as we can see, it says independently published. This is how we know that this is a KDP book, is that it says independently published. If it says anything other than this is not a book that we're looking for when it comes to the second step requirement in the process. But this one is, so this one has a bestsellers rank of 172,000. So this one's good. The one right next to it, independently published, is ranking at 81,000. So that's book number 2. And then the book right next to it is independently published, ranking at 37,000. So that's book number 3. So we've already satisfied the second step, but I'm seeing even more books here. Books 4 and 5 are below the 300,000 BSR. So that's really good. So we can see that right off the bat, there's already demand for this niche and specifically for this keyword search term. And with a niche score of 53, that's above the 50 that I'm looking for. So there is good potential in this niche and specifically this keyword to make some profits. So let's go ahead and look at one of these examples. Let's go ahead and open up this one and dive deeper into this book. So we can see this book is a Magic Jars coloring book. It's actually Magic Jar adult coloring book with relaxing, whimsical fantasy scenes. And we can see this book has a ranking of 37,000 and it has a 4.5 out of 5 rating. So that's really good. 36 ratings overall, and was just released December 18, 2023. So not even a year. So just in case you were thinking that KDP is saturated, well, that may be the case in certain niches, but as long as you're doing your keyword research, you can find a lot of untapped and underserved niches that you can make profits in. Now, with a price of $9.47, that's actually above the average price that I see these types of books go for, which is around $6.99 or $7.99. But if it's working for this publisher, then by all means, take the extra royalties. We can see this book has 63 pages, also below the amount of pages that I would typically create for this type of book, which is around 100 pages. And once again, it was just published December 18, 2023. So this is a good example of the type of book that you can make that can still do pretty well on Amazon KDP. If we scroll down right here to look at this graph, this is a BSR graph, which shows the historical rankings of the book. This is for the last 30 days. We can see the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of the book. Just so you know, whenever you see the graph go up, that means it's not selling as much. And then when it goes down is when the book gets sold. You can see the lower the ranking, the better the sales. So if we go back 90 days, it still looks relatively the same. 6 months, about the same. And then back to a year when it was published, we can see that when it was first published, right off the bat, it started making sales really, really well. And it's kind of not doing as well, but Q4 is approaching. So I expect this to start selling a lot better in the coming months. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at the sample, we can see that this is the type of interior this coloring book has. It's basically your image inside a jar, and that's pretty much all that's in the interior here. But on their back cover, they have a couple more images here. It's very similar, whimsical type images inside of a jar. This is actually not that hard to make, and I'm actually going to show you the fastest way to get one of these books done. But let's go ahead and look at some A+ content to see if they have any, and they in fact do. So here's a couple more images of the interior so we can get an idea of the types of images that they're using. And then some of the reviews right here. So this one says it has many adorable and stunning pictures to color. Any fan of coloring would enjoy this book. I love the pictures in this book. This was the first coloring book in a jar that I have colored, and I really enjoyed the concept. This book offers several awesome categories: magical jars of delight, butterflies and owls, unicorn dreams. So this review in particular is giving us a little bit of insight into the book. because it's telling us that there are categories inside the book, and then it's even naming off the categories. So it allows us to get a whole picture view of this book without even knowing what's inside it. This one says, I enjoyed each of the unique bottled illustrations and their many adorable background elements, especially the first one, which is an adorable buffalo. Love the coloring images. There is just something about art in a jar. So you can see there's a lot of reviews here. Here's even a video review of this book. So whatever this publisher is doing, they're doing pretty well because they already have all these glowing reviews as well as a video review. Now, if we go ahead and take the bestsellers rank and plug it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making, we can see that it makes about 8 sales a day and 240 sales per month. And right now it's making about an estimated $28 per day and about $847 a month. And this is just going to go up going into Q4. So if we do the math, that's 847 times 12. So this book is going to be making over $10,000 this year for this publisher, which is actually pretty impressive coming from just one simple book. And the main reason being that this is actually called passive income, because once you have your book up on Amazon, well, if it gets popular, people can be buying it day after day, week after week, month after month, even year after year, without you actually having to mess with it again. So basically, the work that you've put in one time, you're going to get paid repeatedly over and over and over again. Now that we've gone and validated this niche and know that there's some profits to be made, the next part is actually going and creating these interiors. And the good thing about this is that there's actually a couple different ways to do this. Now, the fastest way to create these types of books is actually just to go to Creative Fabrica and make a search for Magic Jar Coloring Book. As you can see, I've done just that, and all of these interiors pop up. And these are interiors that are already done, ready for you to just upload onto KDP. They're already formatted, and most of these are already high quality, so you're not gonna have to worry about any quality issues when it comes to KDP. But as you can see, there's a bunch of different themes here. They're all very similar, but we have things like Magic Forest or Life Inside a Jar, Fairy in a Jar, Peaceful Life in a Jar, Landscape in a Jar, Cute Animal in a Jar, Butterflies in a Jar, Fairy Houses, Gnomes, and Castles. So there's a lot here to choose from. And the good part about these interiors is, if you notice, they actually come with a lot of pages. A lot of these come with over 200 interior pages, and you only really need 30 to 40 interiors to actually have a completed book. So for example, this first row right here, you see 250 pages. So you really only have to pick out a few in all of these pages right here. And so what you could do is you could download a few of these, and then you can pick and choose a few from each download. And that will allow you to create something a little bit more original. I know it's Creative Fabrica, and ideally you'd want to create these interiors from scratch, but I also understand that some of you just don't have the time, but you still want to make KDP a side hustle. So this is actually a way to be able to create these books on your downtime and still have them up and still have something of a little bit of original taste, even though you're really just downloading these interiors from Creative Fabrica and putting it back on Amazon. There are ways that you can go ahead and make some slight edits to make it even more of your own. For example, you can use a free program like Canva, and you can upload these interiors on Canva, and then you can make edits. Whether you add maybe a coloring text element onto your pages, or you add other elements, maybe you add borders, or maybe you delete some stuff from the actual interiors that you get from Creative Fabrica to make them a little bit more unique. So if you want to check out Creative Fabrica, the link will always be down in the description below. So feel free to check it out for yourself. Now, the other way that you can make these images and you can make them completely custom is just by using an AI art generator. So sites like Midjourney or Leonardo are really great AI art generators for coloring books. And so if you want to see a full in-depth video on how to create these types of interiors using AI art generators, let me know in the comments down below so I can make a video on that. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.